I wanted to share Daphne's knowledge and experience and expertise with everyone today.
Wonderful. Well, first of all, Ollie, thank you so much for inviting me. I've been really excited about this. And thank you everyone for showing up. And happy Friday. Well, I have a big obsession and passion, which is actually helping people shine. That might sound a little bit cliched, but it's not. I love to see people grow and succeed and do super well. And my life has been really interesting. I've always been in service. I did my first sale at 4.5, which I'm very proud of. And what I do now, spend a lot of time creating brands, creating businesses. So I create brands, I create business models, monetization models, content, film, media, marketing, PR. And I've done this for over 28 years now. So I'm well practiced. But what amazes me actually is that I'm still so inspired because anything to do with business, and especially when you're in the build stage or you're at pivot stage or exit stage or whatever it is, it's really stressful. And I do really admire entrepreneurs because you're a brave bunch and it takes a lot. It takes a lot of like self-belief. It takes a lot of bravery, strength, boldness, and to be vulnerable and realize that we're all just humans and we have feelings, and it's not that easy. So well done, everybody. And I think that's actually the heart of actually what I just really love. I love that humanness. Anyway, without further ado, I've prepared a slide today to talk about AI and branding, where businesses are today, and what we never should let go of, and how we really can use AI, but also really do great for our own brand, and also for however we're helping other people. Because for me, I do believe it's really cool to play it forward as well, and not to be afraid to kind of speak up. And have opinions. So you will, as the next 20 minutes, you'll see I'll be quite opinionated, but based on design, build, science, psychology, even elements of spirituality, because humans, we're more than just humans. So let's start. Can everybody see that screen? Yes? Cool. Okay. Good. Where to find your strategic edge in an AI world? Well, this image, it's with the hands coming forward at you. I would encourage you all to be really like that, where in your business, in your being, in your knowing, that you actually can take some time just to cut out the noise, and just whatever you're creating, do it really strategically, absolutely on purpose, and especially in the AI world, because a lot of AI can actually be very positive, but it can also be very destructive. Because what I noticed, a lot of businesses are running AI, working with AI, putting a lot of content out, but they're losing contact with the core of their business. And AI cannot make your business, it cannot make money, and it cannot find you clients, and it can't really inspire humans because it is a machine, it's tech. But it can help you with your processes. So let's get into it. Right. Next thing, what I'm going to do, so you can actually get an idea of who I am and the kind of work that I do, the quality of what I do. I'm going to show you one of my little promo reels. I made this about 6 weeks ago, so it's quite new. So all these things that you're going to see, I actually have like high professional expertise in everything that you see. So when I'm working with brands, I actually don't give the design work or the work out to people all over the world. I actually do it myself. I do have teams if we have larger projects, but I mainly work with people one-to-one and really help them grow and refine who they are and what they're doing. So I'm just going to play this. Now, you can find it on YouTube, and you will, if you want this if you want this flip book, I can send it out. I'm going to send it to Ollie so any of you can have it, and then you'll be able to hear the sound, because it's not speaking, it's just really lovely music. But I'm just going to click and let it play, and so you can watch the images. Okay. There we have it. So what I love to do for my clients is to be able to make content like that, that sums up their whole story, that sells them. And literally in 1 minute, you can captivate an audience, and you can get a story out, a message out. Now, a lot of people, and some people have actually sent me AI clips saying, "Oh, look what I've done. It's like, you know, like I'm the master of the world. I can do AI." And the things that they send me are absolutely terrible, because there's no human connection. So this reel is made from real people. It's made with real people. It's got a connection. There's no AI in it at all. And when you watch something like that, and then you watch something which is AI created, there'll be this real false imagery where it doesn't actually connect with the brain. And this is actually really important to realize, that how amazing it is to be a human. Because the thing is, we are the ultimate processors. So the thing is, you know, have you ever had that time where you wish that you had listened to yourself? We go, why didn't I listen to myself? Because your processing is telling you everything. This is why AI imagery isn't going to last and doesn't work. Not on that human connection. And you can use AI skillfully, but you have to have a lot of human in it for it to convert into a sale. Because there's a set, you know, these old-fashioned sayings that people say, people buy from people they like, know, and trust. That will always be, because it's that human connection. But we need to ask ourselves, because today we're really challenged with, well, what is a human connection? What is it to be human? And it's all about heart and soul. Also, if you look at my little logo on the right, it says where strategy meets soul. Like, it's so important to be these wonderful humans and to do things with heart. Now, that doesn't mean to say we have to be soft and woo-woo. Absolutely not, because business is very strategic. It has consequences, and it's a huge responsibility, because it's about weighing up time and money and actually dealing with people and caring for them. Okay, so that's that bit. Now let's get into this bit. It's just like, well, A, human creativity and concepts, and then B, AI efficiency. So let's just look at this.
Daphne, you're on mute.
Oh, is that better? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, so I've prepared this flip book for you guys, because in the future, when you're writing some content, or you're doing some brand positioning or business positioning, or whatever you're doing, creating a new profile, creating some kind of something for your business, it's a good idea to go through this slide deck, because it will just help your left, right brain, your heart and soul to just remember a few things. So humans are the foundation of every brand. People don't connect with products, they connect with meaning, stories, and experiences. Brands that succeed are the ones that engage people, not only logically, but emotionally. And because that's how we trust loyalty and build things. And I really want you to feel that. And I really want you all to fall in love with your brands today. I want you to fall in love with what you're doing and let go of any stress or any thoughts or any confusion that AI can bring, and spend the weekend really thinking, wow, look, I've been in business for so long and look what I've done, and really fall in love with it and really start remembering your relationships with people. Yeah. Now let's switch over to AI efficiency. AI is about intelligence. It's both human and artificial. It helps us scale, personalize, and predict. But intelligence has no impact on its own. It only creates value when it's applied to deepen human connection. AI should be seen as a tool that amplifies, not replaces the human touch. So this slide is super important because it could just set you up for big impact and success. So it's once you've actually created, like that little film that I made, once something like that's created, then I can put that in several AI systems to carry that out to the world. But I don't rely on AI to make something like that. Okay, so hope we're starting to see the difference here. Right, let's get on to a case study. Okay, so I've put hero and zero to hero. So I'd like to introduce you to Emma Jane Taylor. Some of you might have picked up on who she is in the media, but I'm very proud of Emma. So I love her so much, and she's an amazing, amazing soul and woman. So I met Emma just in COVID, actually, when everything was closed down and we were all like imprisoned in our homes. And she contacted me, and she told me her story. And she said, as a child, she'd been sexually abused, and quite badly, from the age of 12 to the age of 17 by a family member. And this caused absolute havoc in her life. And by the time she was a 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old, she was drinking, she was partying, she was a rebel out of control. But this wasn't because she was a rebel out of control, it's because she was hurting and it was a cry from help. Anyway, she was a very successful woman in Henley who was in health and fitness. But she said to me, Daphne, with this child abuse, it's like it's holding me prisoner and I don't know what to do with it. And I'm in my 40s now, and by the time I'm 50, I would like to be married and happy and free of this. So I started to work with Emma, and then we did a clarity and direction journey, where that is one of these things that I actually do for my clients. So for Emma, we worked for 6 weeks, and we had 6 weekly calls, and we actually created a beautiful brand. Well, I created the brand for her, called Project 9010, and I designed that logo. And then also too, if you look down to the right and you see her in her white t-shirt, it's the same logo, but it's got universal language on that. So let me tell you what happened. So after the clarity and direction, we actually created a book of what had happened to her, what was the meaning of what's happened to her, and how she could actually push that energy out of the world for something good. So we created the brand called Project 9010. And the reason it's Project 9010 is because 90% of abusers are usually people that the child knows. 10% are the bogeyman. So what happened? After we've done this piece of work, she quickly got a talk for the NSPCCC, I think it was literally within less than 6 months, Emma raised over £250,000 for NSPCC on that beautiful talk. Then she was invited to do a TEDx. Then she's been on the TV a lot, CBN TV, but she's in media and TV a lot, and she's heralded now as a national treasure. She also released a campaign called Not My Shame campaign, which has gone global, where people who have been victims of sexual abuse are helping to heal themselves. And actually, by wearing a t-shirt saying it's not my shame because I was an innocent child, it's really making a huge difference. So this is typical of Daphne. I do come with a warning. I do unlock people, I do energize them, and I do get them to really hone into their brilliance, to that soul thing that's in them, that thing that they're meant to be doing, whether they're selling pasties, whether they're going to do something like Emma Jane Taylor. Anyway, that's a case study. And also too, you can look online and you can see, it's a proven thing. You can find Emma everywhere. I have got loads of case studies, but as I've only got a short time with you this morning, I thought we'd pick out this one. Right, the next thing I want to go on to before question time is, a lot of people make it very hard for people to buy from them. And I say, don't confuse your customer. And the thing is, when it comes to your brands, the guy with the fire in his hands and the muscle, that's AI generated. But it's, for me, it symbolizes what every brand and business should be. It should be strong, and it should be energized, and it should have like strategy in it to pulse out this energy. And why that's so important is because your brands, that not only should you be building and looking after your brands, but your brand should be looking after you and making sure that you're okay as well. So what are you selling, and what are you really selling, and what little details are you missing in your sales process? And 94% of people that I meet, I can always pick something out, not to be picky, but to elevate. And the thing is, you must build a brand that people love, and you must create products that people really want, and then you must make it really easy for them to buy. And just doing a few simple exercises and aligning like your brand look, you could start off with like a new brochure, and the new brochure could be printed, it can be sent on WhatsApp, it can be a landing page, it can be a newsletter. But this is like super important, and it's exciting because every day you get a new chance to make something amazing. And strategy isn't a luxury. Without it, your business will slowly die. And it's time to rebalance, lead from a place of strength and strategy, and build a brand designed to thrive, integrating AI for efficiency and outreach. And then your money pot grows as well. So the next bit is, I do several things for starters with new clients. I do brand audits, brand refresh, and soulfire sessions. Soulfire sessions are one of my favorite things to do, as it's a 2-hour interactive deep dive to uncover the soul of your brand and the spark of its evolution, giving you direction, focus, and a fresh energy for what's next. But this is all on the slide, so you can have a look at that as your leisure. So I think it's come to the time that we can have our time now for question time. And this is one of my quotes: AI is an instrument, but the human soul is a composer. Only we can write the symphony of innovation. It's quite deep, but it's true. Okay, question time.
Thank you very much, Daphne. Any questions for Daphne this morning? Any points? Go on, Dan.
Yeah, I think it's really important, obviously, getting that brand message across and staying integral to your beliefs. And so, for example, I do two things. I run DAP Consultancy, which is a customer experience consulting business. I'm also COO of travel company Pure One Group. But for example, with DAP consultancy, just as one example, I do lots of different things. So it's consulting, it's market competitor research, it's customer service and sales support agents, it's training and development. But it all is encapsulated by the overarching theme of customer experience. So it's very difficult when I try to market myself because I've kind of got four pillars, which are all very different to each other, but it is still customer experience. So what advice would you give on businesses like that? Like same as Pure One, we've got a few different areas, but ultimately we're a travel company. So when you have got that, like Virgin do it really, really well. Virgin Group, and they've got many different brands, different ideas, wine to balloons to cinemas to whatever, but you can always feel it's Virgin. So what advice would you give on that kind of area when it's not one specific niche?
Well, I love that that you're highlighting that, Dan, because I really can speak to that. So first of all, so DAP and Pure One, you're selling two different things. Pure One, you have to kind of get to the heart of it really quickly. So Pure One, just in those few words that you've spoken to me through the camera, is that you're selling experiences. Pure One is you're selling experiences. You're going to take me into a world where you can actually transport my body, heart, and soul, me, to a wonderful place, whether it could be in the Cotswolds or in Bali, or maybe I go up to Liverpool to see the Beetle Museum. I don't know. Or I go to the Fjords, to up in Norway to see where the Vikings used to live and how. So the thing is, you're selling experience. And you see, when I get into, as a brand builder, expert designer, you see very quickly how through my voice, I'm telling stories of what you're selling, you see. So the thing is, it's to be really clear of what the heart and soul, the soul fire of what your business is. So the thing is, it's just like with Pure One, I think your marketing could start off with looking for that dream experience, or we sell unforgettable experiences, because then it starts going into taglines and things. So already with Pure One, I know I've taken you and your audience here straight to what you do. So that's one thing. Now, DAP consultancy, that is more complex. So how I would wrap that up, because what we're talking about now is packaging. But packaging is more than sticking a label on it or making a pretty shampoo design for a L'Oreal because you're worth it or whatever. It's for you, DAP. If you add the word education to that, that's going to change your whole world, because if that is an educational business, you can apply for grants, funding. You can get a lot more kudos for what you're doing because it's an educational platform, you see. So then when it's an educational platform, you can even structure and monetize certain business models where you can say, well, actually, you could use AI and tech to pre-record things, make things that are downloadable because they're educational systems. Yeah. So I think that I don't want to take up the whole time because I want to add the room for more questions. But does that help? Does that give you some insight?
Yeah, massively helpful. That was really, really good. Lots of food for thought, which I can go away and think about now. And also amazing presentation, by the way. I thoroughly enjoyed that. So
No.
yeah, thank you very much. I'd love to connect offline. So yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
really, really,
absolutely. Yeah.
really appreciate your
Anybody
help.
wants
Thank you.
to connect offline and have a chat, that's fine.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks, Ben. Any final questions for Daphne while she's with us this morning? Thinking about your personal brand. Max.
Hello, thank you very much, Daphne, for the amazing presentation. I was wondering if you could give me some advice after hearing the ideas that you gave Dan. I'm thinking I'm thinking of establishing a video editing business. How would you orient this service um, to be able to advertise it essentially?
Okay.
How would
So
you?
are you a video editor yourself, or are you
Yes.
going to get it? Okay. So
I would like
what?
to make a business
Okay.
out of it, though, so
Good. All right. Well, do you know what? There are many ways that you could do this, but The first thing is about sitting down and thinking about your money. How much do you need to live on? And how much time have you got? Is this side hustle or is this the main thing? Because the thing is, for me, is what I do for my clients and in the world is always duty of care, caring for humans, caring for people. So as you're a like sprightly, young, gorgeous young person, right, you'll be thinking about, well, you know, having to support yourself, having to build. So I think that my advice would be to first of all make sure that you perhaps are doing a kind of job where it gives you sustainability for everyday living, because then you can build your video editing business more wisely, because it takes time. So video edit, you're going to have some challenges right now because there are so many people out there thinking that AI can make a fantastic film and they don't need us creatives anymore. Until they go out and make something and it doesn't work and comes crashing down. So the thing is, I would actually create a price list where you can actually offer your freelance services to people who are already brand agencies or filmmakers, so you can become a part of a team. And then you can get experience for your portfolio. So then you can say, oh, I worked on you know, an ad thing, or maybe I worked for Daphne Diluce and did some of her editing or something like that. So if you actually offer a really sound service for people who are already strong, where you can get money for your freelance work and build up your portfolio. In the future, right, say in 3 years' time, be thinking about what that big dream is and be absolutely bodacious to feel what your soul says. I want to edit the next fantastic, you know, Netflix series, or I actually want to find a group of filmmakers. And also I do film as well, so I know a lot about this. So yeah, so keep it simple, get a job that pays you and keep your roof safe. Have maybe 10 or 15% of that money, take and spend it on building your video editing business. Make a nice little CV, really make some nice little show reels or edits to show different styles, because then you've got editing styles for commercial, editing style for film, editing styles for companies. And the thing is, if this is a high side hustle and you really can, you know, start looking after yourself and giving yourself what you succeed, then you will just go from strength to strength.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Max. Any final questions for Daphne?
No questions from the girls? Come on, girls. There must be one little question. Okay, I'm going to speak to the girls and speak to the guys, because the thing is, that's another thing in branding. It's really important to actually realize what you are. And us girls, we can come across with a softer voice, and then the guys can come across with quite an aggressive voice. So it's really good to kind of just to remember to be human, not to be the girl, not to be the boy, but always to, whatever you're offering people, make it so desirable for them, because it's not about you, it's about others. Yeah. So
well, definitely a lot of virtue in what you've been saying this morning, and we're looking forward to sharing your slides with our community. And if anyone wants a direct introduction to Daphne, please let us know. Me and Leah be over the moon to send you over. And if you want to extend your talks and additional questions, please do. So Daphne, that was wonderful. Thank you very much for today. Very much appreciated. Thank you for supporting our Founders Network. And you're going to get a lot of love and big ups over the weekend. LinkedIn and various other things. So we'll put that.
All right, well, bye everybody. Lovely to see you.